Hey, good people. How's everyone doing? I trust that everyone is doing well. Thought I brought my juice, my drink in here, and I forgot it. Anyway, had two conversations on today, right? And two memorable conversations on today. Um, um, Two different people that I consider to be wise folks. So they both asked me how was everything going with my market journey in the stock markets, right? In the crypto markets. I said, "Oh, I'm happy. I'm always happy with it. No complaints." They say, "Even in the condition that it's in right now." I say, "And what condition are they in right now?" Everybody has what they're thinking, what's going on in the market. But if you're not in the market, 9 times out of 10, you don't really have a clue what's going on in the market. You're just going off of hearsay, what you've heard the news say and what have you, and what the news have said might not be current. They may be talking about anyway. So where am I going with this? They were saying, well, I haven't gotten in it yet. I know I talked to you about it, and I called you a couple of times. I messaged you a couple of times, asked you different questions, but I haven't really gotten in it because, in my opinion, I need to sit down. I need to have a class first. So two different people, both are a little bit older than me, and so I consider them wise, knowledgeable folks in life. And so they said they need class, and I'm not stepping on anybody's toes or anybody's feet, right? Um, I understand what a person is saying when they say they need a class, but in my opinion, what anyone is saying when they say that, they think they need a class. I understand and see the value of having a class, but in my opinion, you think you need a class. Look at good people. If you've been in the university of life that's living in this world, if you've been living in the university of life for more than 3 decades, you're 30 years old or plus, I'm certain you've gone through some experiences in this life and you've learned some things. You've learned some things. You've learned some skill sets, right? And because of the life lessons and the skill sets, right? Personally, I just believe if you download a super easy app like Robinhood and you start investing $5 a week or $5 a day, and you did that for 90 days, if you invested $5 a week into your Robinhood portfolio brokerage account, and you start um, building building out you some positions, right? Let's say you take on like Granny, GRNY, that's an ETF. ETF is a bucket of stocks in one, right? Let's say you take on Granny. Let's say you take on something like I want to just give four little simple stocks. Like let's say you take on Granny, you take on let's just say Nvidia, right? You take on SPLG. I believe that's ETF that tracks the S&P 500, right? So what's that? One, two, and let's just say VTI, right? So VTI would be expensive. Nvidia would be expensive to a newbie, right? And then Granite would be inexpensive, and then SPLG would be a little on the inexpensive side. I think it's $70. I think don't quote me. I'm not looking at it right now, but and let's just say out of your $5 a week, let's say you take and you put that's four. So let's say you put a dollar into the two inexpensive ones. What I said, Granny. I'm writing it down because I don't have this. I said Granny. I said Nvidia. I said SPLG. And I said VTI, right? So let's say you put a dollar into Granny, a dollar into SPLG, and that leaves $3 left. And you take about $1.50 into Nvidia and $1.50 into VTI, and you copied that formula week over week for 90 days, right? Whether you invested $5 a day or whether you invested $5 a week. Every time you invested, you followed that plan, right? In 90 days of doing that, you would have 90 days of being in and out of your portfolio a day, seeing how the overall market moves, right? If you're following somebody that, like I'm always talking about Larry Jones, Keenan Grace, and what have you, and you're listening to the different mindsets that these folks is talking about and what's going on in the market, bringing you market news, bringing you global financial news, and all of these things. You're hearing these things. You're in the market daily, so you're able to, you hear what they're saying, and they're giving you their point of view. So you take the news that they give you, their point of view, and you get in your portfolio every day and you watching the overall market and you remember some of the news that they brought to you and you're seeing how it affected this area over here of the market or this commodity over there or what have you. So you start learning these things. So you should start journaling the things that you're learning on a daily basis, the moves that you're making on a daily basis. So you can see week in, week out, month in, month out. You can start gauging how you was making your decisions or what knowledge you was basing it off of. And as your knowledge continues to step up, right? So 90 days, you now have a basis of knowledge, right? To start drawing conclusions from and making better and better decisions with your $5 that you're investing on a regular basis. All right. So what I was saying with all this, you feel like you need a class. You could be your own class, right? And you can start learning things, and you can start writing it down, and you can start making better and better decisions, right? And in a year, one, you're going to see how your money has performed, right? You're going to see the little sacrifice you made and what returns you got off the little sacrifice you made. And hopefully that should be enough to encourage you to start finding more funds to put into the market. And as you find more funds to put into the market, as you're growing your financial knowledge, you're now able to make better and better decisions with a little bit bigger wad of money, plus with whatever funds that your overall portfolio is now valued at. Now you got something you can work with, and at that point you have some knowledge to work with. Now you can really start growing your money. You'll start growing with your money, with the money you have accumulated from the $5 of investing and the dividends or the returns you've made off of that. And you'll have a compound of knowledge to work with, plus the money you continue to put in every week. Then you'll be on the road to making money in the markets, right? You'll get pulled in from your own actions, from becoming your own school, and then you'll start getting a hunger and a thirst to join a group, to join a class, to join what have you, a group of mindset to help you continue to grow your knowledge. And as I always say, as your knowledge goes, so does your portfolio. Okay, I think I said something. I'm getting ready to wind this up, but my whole point of coming here in this content that I'm dropping is whether or not you need a class to get started. And if you do want a class, you need a class. Larry Jones, my self-appointed mentor, my number one guy for knowledge in the markets, Larry Jones. His channel is Stock Up with Larry, right? He has the class, and it's called Stock Up University, Stock Up U, right? And it's an online thing, right? So it's a lifetime membership. Once you pay that lifetime membership, all of the classes that he already have in there, you could take it, and you could take it at your own convenience because it's all tied into your account, right? And it's a lifetime membership, and he continues to add things to the class as he continued to grow his knowledge and learn new things as things change in the market. Excuse me, he dropped more and more videos in the class. And so this is how you can grow your knowledge, right? He's going to introduce you to other folks, certain people going to tell you about books and what have you. But yeah, you could begin to grow your knowledge. You could begin to make some money, even if you start with $5 a day or $5 a week. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. So hopefully I've said something to pique your interest. Hopefully I've said something to wet your whistle, to pull you into this game and begin to grow your wealth, right? So with that being said, you guys take care and be blessed continually, my friend.